everyone, I hope this video finds you well. Today I wanted to play Rise of the Ronin. As you can see, I'm controlling my character that I created. I actually created a character that looked a lot like me, and then at one part of the game it gave me a choice of who I wanted to play as. I thought the female character I created was cooler, so it made this my default character. So it's kind of funny to run into myself every once in a while in the game and see a character that kind of looks like me. Graphically, I feel like this is more realistic than Ghost of Tsushima, but I think the character models are more stylized, where the environment's more realistic in this one, and the environment in Ghost of Tsushima, because this game gets compared to that a lot, is a lot more stylized. When I tried to create my character, no matter what I did in this game, it looks like an anime character, where all the character models in Ghost of Tsushima actually look like real human beings. Not to say that these don't, but they kind of have an artistic style to them. The themes of the game are different. I mean, beside the whole samurai thing, but you're not even playing as a samurai. You're playing as a Ronin, which is basically like a mercenary for hire, more or less. You can do what you want. I would consider this more of an action RPG. There's a surprising amount of choices, and depending on how you level up your character, you're better at conversing. For instance, like you can use persuasion or strength, kind of like you do in other role-playing games. Fallout's one of the first ones that come to mind. That's one of the most popular ones. I can relate to you. Now, this plays like a Dark Souls game, or more close to Neo, which is Team Ninja's version of their Dark Souls games. But the great part about this game, because I was going to skip it, is that I watched some smaller YouTubers cover this game, and somehow I'm even smaller than those. So when I say small YouTuber, I'm not trying to put them down or anything. But like me, they're not the hugest fan of Soulborn type of games. I could put the time in, but there's so many great games I want to play, and this probably sounds like an excuse, and I guess it is, for not wanting to spend too much time on one thing. The easy mode in this actually isn't holding your hand easy. I'd say the difficulty is closer to Assassin's Creed, and once the reviewers were talking about that, it instantly made me more interested, because there's even options such as like automatic pickup. There's a lot of accessibility options in this game where you can kind of cater to your play style, and it doesn't punish you in any way. And if you don't try and easy, you will lose. It's still not ridiculously easy. Otherwise, I would hate that mode. Otherwise, I'd just play it on normal. For instance, the easy mode in Bayonetta is way too easy. Usually, when I switch it to easy, it's usually when I don't want to spend time. Like after maybe an hour or so of fighting the same boss or trying to learn patterns, I just want to move on, especially when it's a longer game. If I sound like I'm not dedicated, I guess I'm just not dedicated enough. Parrying is really important in this game. Instead of like hitting the square button constantly to attack, you really have to pay attention to the movement of the characters, and then you have this special parry move. You also have a deflect option, like a block. I don't know if that's useful for. I'm still kind of learning the game. There's a lot to this game, actually more so than Ghost of Tsushima or a lot of the Soulborn games I've played, because there's a lot of choices that you make, and like in other RPGs, and if you help out too much of one faction, the other faction dislikes you. There's repercussions, vice versa. And like I said earlier, when you level up your character, you'll have more options in the dialogue tree, and based on those options, you might not even have to go into combat, and it's really fun. This game gets a lot of flack for the graphics.
It just doesn't sit right with me.
It does. I guess it would look closer to a PlayStation 4 game, but a lot of PlayStation 4 games weren't running this smoothly. Now, this isn't a perfect 60 by any means, but it does the job. It doesn't really hamper the combat in any way. I'm terrible at controlling the horse. The controls are a little bit off. Like if you look, like to dismount is L3. That's typically run in most games. You actually have to push circle, either to gallop on your horse or just to run in general. That kind of throws me off. And to actually mount the horse, you have to push R1, then to get off, you have to push L3. So I screwed that up a lot. The horse controls, I think, could be improved, but the player controls are surprisingly good. The objects have a fair amount of physics in it. There's a lot of foliage that, as you can see, I'm going through. Granted, there's some pop-up. There's also a glider you can use that you'll see in this video. That's kind of cool. Unfortunately, even if you're high up, you can't glide indefinitely. Like, you have the little stamina bar, which a lot of these types of games have. Like, the more you attack, it gets lower, and the more you glide, it goes down. So the last thing you want to do is be super high up in the air and then you fall. There's no way in 15 minutes I can show you the entire game, so I'm just kind of showing you a feel. Take this video as this is me trying to show and share with you what I'm playing right now and enjoying. And despite the intricacies of this game, it's quite accessible and it's a very fun pick up and play game. The downside of this game is you'll find yourself spending a lot of hours on this game if this is the type of gameplay that you enjoy. Like if you like the classic Assassin's Creed games like I do, you can play it like that, and that's basically what easy mode is in this game. And if you like the more difficult Neo games and you want to spend more time getting better at parrying and stuff like that, or if easy mode is too easy for you after a while, you can just raise the difficulty. When I get better at parrying, I might consider it, but right now, it's so much more fun to explore and not stress stuff as much. Like, because of these more difficult games, like, for instance, Elden Ring, I'm always scared or stressed the next area, and that's been somewhat my experience with Stellar Blade as I'm getting used to it, except so Stellar Blade's a little bit more accessible. When I first played this game on normal, I was dying way more, but I could learn and make it. It's just how much time do you want to put into it, and I appreciate that the developers actually take that into consideration, because they don't have that get good attitude like a lot of developers have with games like Elden Ring and stuff like that. And one of the reasons why I enjoyed this game, because I was looking forward to Stellar Blade. Even before all the controversy, I just remember seeing gameplay a long time ago when it was called Project Eve, and I played the demo, and the demo had a somewhat similar parrying system to this game. And I saw this game, and I wasn't really interested in it because I have the first two Neos, and it takes so much time, at least for me, to learn all the patterns and stuff. I was really thinking about skipping this game. This is surprisingly right now PlayStation 5 exclusive. They haven't really advertised it that much as such. I mean, they're publishing it. Team Ninja, who developed Ninja Gaiden and Neo 1 and 2, like I keep mentioning 500 times. Like they actually developed this one. This would be a good IP for Sony to develop. I don't know. I really like the game, but it seems like when I stream it, almost no one watches it. I'm hoping that I at least capture the game in better quality. Even though streaming seems to get more of an audience, I just dislike the quality. Even when you see a really popular streamer, even their quality's not up to par. And these kind of games with a lot of foliage and stuff like that, it just looks really bad unless you render and upload it. Like a stream just has a lot of artifacting, and I just dislike the look of it. This guy kind of looks like he's undead. They kind of went overboard with his rib cage and everything like that. And as you can see, you can get dialogue trees and stuff like that. I really liked my character, even though she looks out of time with her little green colored swatch in her hair and the makeup and stuff like that. I still wanted to make a cool, unique character that kind of stood out. Like, my character actually just looked like me in like normal attire. I didn't do anything fancy, my character. And then if you see like on the bottom
saved
left
my
corner of
life.
the screen,
I
it
don't
keeps
know
on
how
saying
I
I'm
can ever
collecting
repay you.
stuff. You can actually craft. There's so many different weapons, and when I originally made this video, I actually showed everything in the
Lisa?
menus.
Yes,
If
I
you
used to
guys
work
are
with her.
interested in
Not
all of
many
that, I
guys
might
with
cover this
names like
game
that.
again. Like, I
Wait,
don't want to review these games. I
something
just want to
happened to her?
talk about them for a bit and just be like, hey, this is what I'm playing. My channel is all over the place, and I really felt bad having made a video with commentary in it. I keep
foreign
on saying,
merchant
the more I
bought
do
out
it,
her
I'll get
contract,
better, and I
now they
just
live together.
keep on doing gameplay only
I'll
videos.
give you
Sometimes
their
when I
address.
stream, I talk, but I feel like I've made so many non-commentary videos. I think a lot of people assume that it's just going to be straight up gameplay, and I'm just trying to have fun and create a channel that you enjoy as well. But I really need to start putting stuff in my channel that I like too, even if it's not popular. I don't expect this video to get many views, but I hope it does. Not to be popular or anything as far as making money, but just have communication with like other gamers or people on YouTube and stuff like that, like it used to be when I first started. Like, my numbers weren't any higher, sometimes even lower than they are now, but there was a lot more interaction, and I know I'm a relic because when I first started making videos, like, fairly regularly, I was in my early 20s, right? So now I'll be 40 this year, so the kind of content that's popular is like really quick, low attention span content, and I guess I could emulate that style, but whatever I make, I'm just basically trying to copy the formula of whatever's popular. And like, if I got compliments, am I getting complimented for my work, or am I just getting complimented for emulating like a particular style that caters to the algorithm more and stuff like that? So I want to have fun, and hopefully through having fun, doing whatever I want, playing the games whatever I want, not what I think that's going to do well, hopefully people will come and enjoy it. I know I kept making promises. I want to do this, I want to do that, and I honestly do and still want to do, but I need to cut that shit out until like I'm fully prepared to make those commitments. So right now, hopefully the videos I'm posting will be interesting. But I'm gonna, even if they don't do well, I need to stop playing stuff that I think people are gonna watch, and not what I necessarily want to play, because in turn that's been burning me out and making me avoid making videos and just want to stream. And if it doesn't do well, I'll just take it off, because you know, I can just make another one later if suddenly people become interested in streams. But I really don't like the stream quality. It's hard for me to focus and talk to people at the same time every single day. Sorry, I can't talk today. Like, my anxiety is somewhat high, but who gives a shit, right? Everybody's going through stuff. So this was a cool little mission where I defined the daughter. I cut the part out. Sorry, my voice just cracked yet again. I cut the part out. I actually thought I had to take a camera. I'd take a picture with the camera of the first lady, and I looked like an idiot because it was just somebody I was trying to get information from, but I didn't know at the time. So I cut it out, so I made myself look more competent, although I'm doing myself no favors with this commentary. But yeah, this was an interesting mission. I was hoping there'd be more of a happy ending. I'm kind of curious, if I picked other dialogue options, what would have happened. Like, for instance, instead of saying he's sick, what would I, or that was his dying wish, what would have happened if I picked the other option? And that makes me curious, and it makes it open for multiple playthroughs. There's so much character customization, like from your weapons, everything has levels on it, like I guess Fallout, or I guess the Elder Scroll games, anything like that. You can break down your weapons, you can craft them, you can reinforce your weapons. There's a lot more depth than Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima was pretty pretty simplified once you got the hang of all the systems. There was depth to it, but it started to become easy after a while. This has different fighting styles as well, and you can actually use guns. This takes place actually in the 1800s, so you can actually see areas that look very much like Japan, and then you go to other areas that almost look like something from Red Dead Redemption, and I feel like that's really cool. But I highly recommend this game. Thank you so much for watching and putting up with my commentary. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope to talk to you on the next video. Check this game out, Rise of the Ronin. Bye.
Thanks for watching.